Hello, one and all. I am Sheikh Inamul Haq, and today I will present you a brief on good manufacturing practices. I have done my bachelor's from Maulana Azad College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Aurangabad, and I have done my master's from Government Institute of Science, Aurangabad. So I am working as a QC microbiologist for the past 2 years in Aspiro Pharma Limited, which is a USFDA approved sterile manufacturing facility. So we are manufacturing liquid as well as the lyophilized injectables, and also we are manufacturing prefilled syringes and ophthalmics. So without wasting any time, we will move on to the GMP. So what is GMP? That is a big question. So GMP is a set of guidelines, okay, that are laid down by several regulatory bodies to ensure that consumers they can receive the best quality products. What is the objective of uh, GMP? GMP guarantees high quality products to the consumer. That is, they deliver, they tend to deliver the unadulterated products free of all possible contaminations. The main aim is to produce to the consumers the best and the unadulterated products to the consumers. So we are going to discuss the principles of GMP. So first point is design and construction of facilities and equipments properly. So generally PVC boards are used as walls of the manufacturing facility as well as the testing facilities, because normal walls may be a source of contamination, microbial contamination. Then we have proper cascades of airlock. Air inlets and outlets should not be obstructed, uh, and the area should be qualified with simulations. We have to qualify the area with simulations to see that whether it is uh, having any obstruction or not. And instrument should be validated after installation, and routine calibration should be carried out, and external calibrations may also be done whenever required. Next is proper written procedures and instructions. So written procedures in the form of SOPs, standard operating procedures, and standard testing procedures are also there. SOP is considered as the Bible of facility, and procedures should be prepared as per pharmacopoeia. It should be reviewed and approved by the quality assurance. STPs may be prepared referring to the validations of several products. Procedures after made effective, this should be trained. All the analysts and reviewers should be trained on the procedures that are made effective. Documentation should be done as per the good documentation practices. We have to do validations of the work that we are doing. We have to monitor facilities and the equipments, that whether their calibration due dates are okay or not, whether those are working properly or not. If not working properly, we have to raise work orders. Okay, while step by step operating procedures and work on instructions, we have to write them, that what are the operating procedures, and we have to work on the instructions. Design and develop, demonstrate job competence, protection against contaminations, control components and product related processes, conduct planned and periodic audits. Audits may be performed by inter-departments, which are called CFTs, cross-functional teams, as well as by external facilities also, or external organizations also, called as consultants. Customer audits are also planned, and regulatory audits are also there, which help in maintaining the good manufacturing practices. Next is the GMP categories: sale, premises, equipment, personnel, sanitation, raw material testing, manufacturing control, packaging material testing, finished product testing, quality control department, records, samples, stability, and sterile products. These are the few categories mentioned. Now we will elaborate them. Sales. No distributor and no importer shall sell a drug unless it has been fabricated, packaged, labeled, and tested and stored properly. Premises and equipment. Permits effective cleaning, prevents contaminations. Proper premises will always prevent contaminations, and if the conditions are within range, for example the temperature and relative humidity, then contaminations will also be minimum. Personal. Personnel should have appropriate education, training and experience in order to perform activities, and sufficient manpower should be there. If sufficient manpower is not there, uh, work will be not done properly, and they should also receive a GMP training. Personal hygiene also plays a major role. Those person who are visiting aseptic area or um, higher grade areas, they should be clean shaved, their nails should be trimmed, hair cut, and they should be following proper aseptic behavior in order to minimize the contaminations. Sanitation program to prevent contamination is there. Limit the sources and types of contamination. Cleaning procedures for facilities and equipments. Proper cleaning procedures are also mentioned in the SOPs. How to calibrate and how to clean those equipments, these are also mentioned in SOPs, standard operating procedures. Pest controls are to be regularly done, and environmental monitoring program is a very vast field. This is to be done by the microbiologists, and the contamination present in the environment is checked via several means such as settle plate, air sampling, swabs and several other methods. So first is testing of the raw materials, packaging material and finished product. Each lot of the batch for each and every batch, raw materials are tested. Samples of incoming materials are collected and tested before use. After that only those are sent for batch purpose or in process purpose. Approved test methods and specifications are used. Results must conform to specifications for release of or for use of cell. So if the specifications are not coming within limit, we cannot use them for batch purpose. Transportation and storage record should be also kept. Manufacturing control. Written procedures are established and followed. Master formula, manufacturing order and packaging order. So everything is in a master copy, which is to be stored in written as well as a soft copy form named as master documents or master copy, and these are stored in the company's servers. Critical processes are validated, and as I have told earlier, these processes are to be stimulated. So we have for example aseptic process simulation is there, which helps us to know that if any air barrier is if the airflow is been obstructed by any personnel or any other means during the activity, or if any laminar air is obstructed, or if any particulate count is coming. For example, during activities, if the particle count is coming more. Self inspection programmed. Quality control responsibilities. Testing of bulk components prior to use by production. For example, when during in the compounding phase, WFI testing. After that in process samples. After that finished products. Prior to finished products, filtration products are also coming for analysis, and before terminal sterilization products are also coming. So after the use, after the finished product has been released, so there comes the stability program. In stability program, we are monitoring the product for several conditions. For example, different temperatures and different relative humidities, different conditions. For example, different packaging statuses like primary packaging, secondary packaging. We are also we are also looking into the durations. For example, if a product is having 2 years of shelf life, we are testing the product at different intervals such as 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. We are also keeping the vials in inverted as well as upright positions in order to check the stability of the product in different situations. If, for example, if the vials are kept like inverted by mistake, then also if it is having any impact on the quality or not. So release the product based on the QC test results and training and auditing and customer compliance. Now moving on to documentation part. So documentation should be done as per the good documentation practices. It is said that if a work is not documented, then it is not done. Uh, GMP facilities should follow good documentation practices. There is a term called ALCOA in documentation practices. The term ALCOA defines uh, the practice of documentation, and if it is not followed, it is said to be data integrity. So what is ALCOA? ALCOA stands for attributable, means who has performed an activity, we have to take care of it as we have to document it. Now next is legible. Legible means that the document should be clear and understandable form. It should be contemporaneous, means while doing an activity we have to document it. We cannot document it after 1 day of finishing our activity. So it will be considered as data integrity. Now the document should be original, that is, it should be in its true form or original form or true copy, and the document should be accurate, that is, without any mistakes or errors or editings. If any error or mistakes happen during documentation practices, it should be striked off with a single strike, and a fitting comment has to be given to it with along with the signature of the person who has done the mistake. 21 CFR equipments are used to ensure that the data is preserved in a electronic form. Electronic data are some of the are as of same importance as handwritten data, and sometimes it can be used as a raw data uh, which can be transcribed manually into written documents. Samples Retain samples of each lot of raw material and finished product for a specific period of time. Then we have stability program that we have talked earlier. Establish the length of time in which the product meets all the specifications. We have to monitor the drug for this period of time, that is the shelf life of the product. For sterile products, products are packaged separately in enclosed area, that is ISO 5 or grade A, and we have to ensure that the product is sterile by several means, and it should be tested also in aseptic conditions. Why is GMP important? GMP is important because it minimizes the effect of uh, unintentional addition of toxic substances. Uh, some of the main risks that can occur if unexpected contaminations are happening in product, because it may lead to damage of health or even death. Incorrect labels on containers could mean that patients are receiving wrong medications, and insufficient or too much active ingredient is also not good. It may result in ineffective treatment or may lead to adverse effects. So we can conclude from this discussion that pharmaceutical industry is regulated by GMPs. The GMPs may be of several regulatory organizations like USFDA or WHO or some country regulated GMPs are also there. Good manufacturing practices must be followed, and these are the key to ensure that drug products are safe, pure, and effective. I hope I was able to explain uh, the in short that what is GMP and how does it ensure a patient's health in different ways. Thank you.